Hey guys, my name is Kelby Hightower with Medicare Hub. We're an independent insurance agency that specializes in Medicare health plans, and as I like to say, we make your life easy by making Medicare simple. And we are talking about the topic of fear of losing purpose and identity moving into retirement. A lot of times, like myself, we're working, we have a busy life, we have family, we have a lot going on, and as life transitions, our kids grow up and move out, and we go through this transition of losing a child. They're moving out, they start their own family. Our life begins to evolve and change. And I always say there should be progress towards living life, not perfection. We should be looking to progress towards a different stage of life, growing, becoming more self-aware, having a greater sense of emotional intelligence, being able to grow as a person, deal with conflicts, deal with heartache and suffering. And when we're younger, that happens to us and it freaks us out and we react to it instead of responding. But as we get older, we want to eliminate the reaction and walk into response and really progress toward a better life. And that's going to Hey guys, my name is Kelby Hightower with Medicare Hub. We're an independent insurance agency that specializes in Medicare health plans, and as I like to say, we make your life easy by making Medicare simple. And we are talking about the topic of fear of losing purpose and identity moving into retirement. A lot of times, like myself, we're working, we have a busy life, we have family, we have a lot going on, and as life transitions, our kids grow up and move out, and we go through this transition of losing a child. They're moving out, they start their own family. Our life begins to evolve and change. And I always say there should be progress towards living life, not perfection. We should be looking to progress towards a different stage of life, growing, becoming more self-aware, having a greater sense of emotional intelligence, being able to grow as a person, deal with conflicts, deal with heartache and suffering. And when we're younger, that happens to us and it freaks us out and we react to it instead of responding. But as we get older, we want to eliminate the reaction and walk into response and really progress toward a better life. And that's going to lead me to be able to look at two things. One, shift the focus. Acknowledge the fear of losing a sense of purpose after leaving the workforce. One of the greatest ways to say there's a problem is actually doing that, saying I have a fear of when I lose my job or I retire, shifting into a lifestyle of just being at home. And I will say a lot of times now, as people are 65 and older, the baby boomer generation is more active, so they will retire and shift into a mindset of doing something different. And it may be part-time work, it may be a choice of doing their hobby more often, but I would encourage you guys to begin to just shift the focus of what you've been doing into the opportunity of what you can do. My father-in-law is still working now, and he's beginning to think about retirement. He does mission trips and some different things, and he's really looking forward to being able to shift from his work into his work that he enjoys. And having a mindset of shifting your focus, shifting the thought. Don't be the person that retires, comes home, kicks your feet up, sits back, and watches TV all day long and eats bonbons. What we've learned in health and wellness is that one, it deteriorates your health. You gain weight, you lose the mobility of your body moving and doing stuff during the day because you're working. Your mind begins to degress and doesn't increase in knowledge and understanding and wisdom and learning, and you're not having to engage into problems. And all of a sudden 5 years goes by and 10 years goes by, and somebody's from 65 years of age to 75 years of age take a deep decline in their health. So my encouragement is shift your focus. You're working, and that's great. You've had a career for 30 years, 40 years. You've had a tremendous opportunity to do a lot of impactful things. Now, all of a sudden, you're retiring, and you're shifting that focus into what kind of impact am I going to make? What am I going to do to stay busy? What is important for me to put my hands to in this next quarter of life of living that really brings me meaning, purpose for myself, for my family, for my home, and what do I find myself doing and looking forward to? And you shift the focus. The second thing is retirement. Look at it as a new chapter. We're all writing a narrative. We're all living in the narrative. And sometimes in therapy we learn that What story are you telling yourself? And a lot of times as we approach shift and change in life, we begin to play this narrative out, and it can be a very negative narrative. It can be a very negative story or another negative chapter. It can be a very doom and gloom chapter. Or we can begin to paint this narrative out in our mind that, hey, like I've been doing this and accomplishing this, and I'm always identifying this problem, creating this solution. I'm always guiding people through and helping, and I'm involved. Now all of a sudden we're shifting retirement as a new chapter, and you get to take the pen to your paper of your book and your chapter of life and begin to create a narrative that allows you to see a bigger, brighter future. Highlight the opportunities to pursue passions, hobbies, and travel during retirement. Write those out. Create, a list of things. I have a checklist of things associated with, goals, and I also have a checklist with things that are just, big bucket items that I'd like to be able to do. I have a checklist because I play golf, and golf is a hobby, and I enjoy golf, and I'm a rather decent golfer. I have checklists of actual golf courses that I put on that I would like to be able to play, and as I play those, I can check those off. This is an opportunity to pursue passion and hobbies when you retire. Also, you can just stay socially connected through volunteering or social groups or your church. It's so important when you've come out of a very work-oriented mindset. You had a structure, getting up early, getting in, checking in, whatever your job career path was. There was structure and order in that. And it's so important as you transition out of that community of people you've been around for years to shift yourself into another healthy community. If you've been involved in church, stay involved and get more involved. If you're involved in coaching and teaching and mentoring and things like that in this half of life or this three-quarter century of life, I would encourage you to continue to do that. People like John Maxwell that just continues to grow and learn and lead and coach and teach and use his mind, and he's going to do that until death. And he's made a strategic impact in a lot of people's lives, including myself, and he's well beyond the age of 65. He's had huge influence, and I want to encourage you, take the gifts and talents that you have, that God's given you, and begin to apply those and move beyond just thinking I'm retiring and my life is over. Guys, we would love to have the opportunity to look at your Medicare health plans. You have questions about Medicare. We're an independent insurance agency that specializes in Medicare health plans. As I said in the beginning, we're here to make your life easy by making Medicare simple. We'd love to do that for you today. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do that, and then also share this information with other friends and family and people that are around you that's 65 years of age or 64 years of age, and maybe having some of the same fears, doubts, and frustrations, and also the complexity of Medicare confuses everyone. We're here to make your life easy by making Medicare simple. I'll see you on the other side.